Alrighty, I'm back. I have all my pockets in. I did, when I applied the tan coat, I just applied it to the raw edge, and now I'm going to sand it a little bit to smooth it out. This is really hard leather to burnish because it's so thin. This is just a 220 grit that I'm going over with it right now. The tan coat really stiffens it up a lot so that you can do this step. Just these inside edges. That's looking pretty good. Do the same to the other edge here. And this is all in preparation for getting the snaps and stuff in. That's pretty decent too now. So I'll usually do a couple of applications of tan coat on there, or edge coat, excuse me, on the edges, just to kind of, I don't know, bring it up to looking decent. And you know, that's all there is to that. So going to go ahead and put that second coat on here. The edge coat dries pretty fast, so I'll be able to sand that down too yet tonight. So I'll be back in a little bit. Alrighty guys, I'm back. We're going to put the snaps in. Yeah, all my edges are pretty decent. I don't know how well you can see that, but they look pretty decent. Anyway, for the side with the pockets, I'm going to use what I call the male part of the snap, and this would be the back of it. So the reason we can't stitch it is because we have to apply all this. So I'm going to put that through. I'm going to take my anvil. Remember, we've done this before. There's a cupped in side and there's a flat side. I want to use the flat side. And for this, I'm not going to use a plastic mallet. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little claw hammer. Because this tool, I've got a few of them, and to get this to set real well on this thin leather, I need to hit it pretty hard. So make sure that's all under there. This piece goes on right like that there, and I could use a smaller snap. I could cut down the post if I wanted to, but I really don't need to. It will set. It just, you got to beat it pretty hard. Plug your ears. Take a look. It's peening very nicely. Now, it's not quite set yet. Hopefully you can see in there how that rounds over. It takes that post and it just kind of mushrooms it around. So, finish setting this. Now that one's done. It's pretty close to the edge, but that's where it needs to be. So that's one down. I'll go ahead and apply the rest of the snaps. I'll get this one on this side. Now we have our button side, and that we want, when we close the wallet, we want that to the outside, and that's got to go through two pieces. The post is plenty long to do that, and that will accept the female side of the snap. And then we'll be in business and ready to stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and do this so you don't have to hear all the racket, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, snaps are all on. Let's put our setting tools away. This is just spare snap parts that I have laying around. Throw that up where it belongs. Go ahead and make sure everything, it's a little stiff, but that's to be expected. Snaps closed nicely. There we go. That should be everything, I hope, that Mr. Greenwood's looking for. Check out Stump Greenwood. Got some neat stuff on his channel. Once these snaps break in, things will be a lot better. Now, we'll get rid of that board. Use that for applying dye and stuff too. Got my hole punches are out already. So, I'm going to lay this out. And I'm going to apply a little glue to here and here. But first, I need to put a mark in there so I don't go too far. And I'll go back when it's closed. I know the black doesn't show up as well as I'd like. When it's closed, you can see the edge of my pocket. I'm going back about 1/8 of an inch to put my mark. And then we can still open it all the way so we can put the glue in. And remember, the glue is only there to basically hold stuff together when we make our holes, or stitch holes. The stitching is what we rely on to hold everything together. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead, mark this other side so that I can get both sides glued up. Lid back on. Set all this aside. The other side's all set up. Contact cement doesn't take a real long time to set. hammer. Make sure that's good in there. This side's just about set too. And there you go, she's glued down. We'll do the other flat. Sorry for the dead air space here, but I want to make sure that everything gets done here right. Let that sit for a few minutes. And it's going to be the same thing. I'll just apply it or fold it over and stick it down. I did notice I'm a little bit off, probably about a 1/16 of an inch. But you know, I'll just kind of shift things a little bit, stretch and pull a little bit, and everything will fit fine. No worries there. So this is just about set. I'll get that done, and I'll get back to you when I'm ready to start punching holes.